I am Ashwath Kailasan. As part of our construction project formulation and appraisal studio, we did a project which is the noodle manufacturing plant. It comes under industrial sector and a part of the study is as follows. Cost management. In cost management, we identified various components of the project to which the costs are associated. The various components are like land, the client's inside team, the engineering design consultant, the construction activities, the legal compliances, the machineries, the feasibility consultant involved, and the contingencies. So among these costs, we could see that the construction cost is occupying the highest amount and it is followed by the land cost and then the machinery cost. The total project cost comes out to be 265.39 crores in total. Resource allocation. For this study, the resources corresponding to the feasibility consultant and engineering design consultant are considered. The feasibility consultant is taken as a single entity, whereas engineering design consultant comprises of the architects, the structural engineers, and the MEP engineers. Using the MSP software, this resource allocation is done. The resources are inputted into the resource sheet in the software along with their units required and also the standard rate per hour. And then the early start cost and then the late start costs are obtained. Then they are discounted to the present value by using the present value factor, which is based on the 7.5% rate of interest. Then the difference in the present values are obtained, and it comes out to be that in case of late start, the cost is decreasing by 6,295.68 rupees. And hence, we suggest the client to engage these consultants in the late start timeline. Financial analysis. Financial analysis is done to know the returns yielded by the project compared to the investments which are made. It also helps us to choose the most appropriate funding structure. Here, the various assumptions considered are shown. The assumptions are like the capital expenditure which is being made. The capital expenditure is based on the debt equity ratio of 60/40. Then the revenue calculation is as shown. And then the various other assumptions like the rate of interest, the duration of the total project, and then the tax rate considered, then the depreciation percentages used are as shown. The economy of scale observed in this study is shown in the form of graph, and we could see that the cost per gram of the product decreases with increase in the production capacity. For this analysis, the three main components, which are the profit loss table, the cash flow statement, and the balance sheet, are made. From these components, the profit and loss chart and then the trend in cash flow chart are as shown here. Then the time value of analysis is made. Further, the variation of NPV with the interest rate has been studied. We could see that the NPV decreases with increase in the interest rate and it becomes zero at about 16.76% interest rate, and it is called as the internal rate of return IRR. So as per the analysis, the NPV is a positive value and the IRR is greater than the rate of interest, that is 7.5%, and hence both of these indicate a good financial scope in this project. Then the ratio analysis has been performed. Various ratios such as the current ratio, profit ratios, which are the gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, and the debt equity ratio and debt service coverage ratios were analyzed, and they are represented in the form of graphs as shown in this slide. Then the sensitivity analysis is made with respect to the debt equity ratio and the variation in the cost percentage. As per the debt equity ratio sensitivity analysis, 60/40 debt equity ratio is found to be the most favorable. This is because it has the NPV higher than that of the 70/30 model, and also the IRR is higher than when compared to the 70/30 model. Then, corresponding to the variation in the cost percentage, the IRR with an increase in cost of 15% comes to 14.38%, and generally in FMCG market, an IRR lesser than 15% is not preferred, and hence an increase in total cost up to 10% is allowed. Techno-economic analysis. For techno-economic analysis, we studied the rooftop solar panel system. The load calculation was first done, and then the solar area required, the kilowatt of solar panels required, and the total number of panels required were calculated. The image here shows the solar panels which are planned to be installed over the common areas and also in the process block for the electricity requirement. The study here is made by comparing the solar panel system and also the UGVCL system existing. The OPEX and the CAPEX of these two are shown as in the table. Polycrystalline solar panels are proposed as per the study. Then the time value of money analysis has been made, and according to the analysis, the NPV is found to be positive value, and the economic IRR is about 15.18%, which is greater than the discount rate considered, that is 9%, and hence both of these show that this technology is beneficial. Then the benefit cut analysis was performed, And as per this analysis, in the first year of installation of the technology, from the seventh month, the benefits start to come in. And if we see the benefits cost variation year-wise, we could see for the first 5 years, there is a gradual increase in the benefit, and then there is a steep increase in the benefit. This is because in the first 5 years, the capital expenditure is split and then it is made for the solar panel system. But after the fifth year, the capital expenditure is nil, and hence the benefits start steeply rising. So as per this, we could say that once this technology is installed in this project, then it would be a beneficial one. Procurement modality. This study is performed to know the favorability of the various local factors which affect the procurement model with respect to the private sector. This is because the client in this project is a private entity. The various local factors considered are as shown here, which are the legal framework, the political risk, fiscal space, macro and microeconomic factors, willingness to pay, and the tariff sustainability. The various graphs shown here represent the financial capacity of the client, and the trend in the employment, which is a macroeconomic factor, is as shown. It is increasing. The tariff sustainability is shown here in this graph, which shows the average cost per gram of various products. The product here represents the client's product, and the various competitors are represented as competitor 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then the willingness to pay of the consumers with respect to the product, and also the major two competitors are shown in the last graph. The analysis reveals that the legal framework is well developed for the product considered, the political risk is low, the financial capacity of the client is strong, the macroeconomic factors are supportive, the microeconomic factors are very supportive, the willingness to pay of consumers towards the product is high, the tariff sustainability is high, the size and location of the project is highly favorable, and all these are because the client has a very good financial capacity, it has the ability to manage demand and supply effectively, it has very high technical and managerial skills, it has the ability to regulate tariff, and it also has the capacity to take up large-sized projects and to execute them successfully. Hence, we suggest that if this project is taken upon by the private entity, then it would be a successful one. Conclusion. The study made as shown in the previous slides show that the total project cost is about 265.39 crores, among which the construction cost is the highest, followed by the land and the machinery cost. The resource study shows that if the client involves the feasibility consultant and engineering design consultant in the late start timeline, then there would be a saving of rupees 6,296. Then the financial analysis shows that the most favorable funding structure is corresponding to a debt equity ratio of 60-40. It has a positive NPV, and also the IRR comes out to be positive, and it is greater than 7.5%. This is the interest rate considered. And also the various ratios analyzed are ideal. Then the techno-economic analysis shows that the installation of rooftop solar system in this project would be beneficial. The procurement study made shows that if this project is taken by the private entity, then it would be successful.